Previously on In My Room. I kind of wanted to start with a little note to self. I hope you never quit making things. I'm not quitting, don't worry, and I'm hopefully going to be uploading more videos. So I'm going to be starting the In My Room TV club. It's like a book club, but for TVs and movies. I'm going to be breaking up In My Room into all the little segments. So I'll be doing a little music review series, Sundays with Sarish. TV club is going to continue, you know, for all the fans. Welcome to the first episode of In My Room that is not filmed in my room. Man, boo, that was a stupid joke. So, season 1 of In My Room I took something that I was really interested in doing and I just bit off way more than I could chew. And so I thought I'd just take a break. And that break ended up being a lot longer than I thought it would be. You know, it's a lot easier to do nothing than to do anything. 7 months kind of just went by. I did some research. I started a semester of college. Yeah, above all, I kind of just sped through time really quickly. And now I'm kind of at the beginning of the end. Today was the last first day of school. To kind of give y'all a sense of how much things have changed since the first day of school, this is what I looked like when I started freshman year. The resurgence of In My Room is kind of to reflect on where I've been in college. 4 years ago, I was a politics and economics major at Boston College, and I was really interested in going to law school. And just a few months ago, I ended up finishing my PhD applications for pure math, which is kind of like a full 180. I hope to take a step back and bask in the fact that I'm going to be graduating from college pretty soon. That's pretty crazy. Good morning. So it's already Saturday. I tried to film a whole bunch of this just throughout the week. Yeah, I just lost a bunch of footage and then I was like, man, I really don't have time for this. This is gonna end up becoming just a Saturday episode. But anyway, this week was week 1. Usually every semester I have a really crazy first week because I take a bunch of really hard classes and then I got a whole bunch of work to do. I just finished working for the day. Didn't really get as far as I had hoped, so gonna have a long day tomorrow. Let's get into 2 things that are really on my mind. The first thing I want to talk about is, of course, new music review. I'm gonna have a transition for this later. Let's get into it. New music review. I guess the best album that I've heard this year so far in January was definitely Zayn's Nobody's Listening. I think this album just has so much depth to it and so much range. It's really creative. It starts out with kind of a spoken word poem. Just a lot of very different songs. If there's one song you have to hear, it's definitely Tightrope. Some other music that I've been really obsessed with over winter break, Driver's License, of course. Pretty much everyone in the world is obsessed with that song. I've been listening to a lot of Mahalia. I love her newest album. I'm thinking about rolling out some sort of a Spotify playlist or something. The only other thing I really wanted to talk about was this kind of struggle I have every semester about the classes that I have to take. When I started college, I noticed that there was a really big struggle between trying to go super hard and be this super ambitious student versus keeping myself alive and healthy and happy. The high school I went to really just pushed me to ignore the latter and to just really go hard. And as I went through college, and especially after I transferred, I started to realize how important happiness is. So when I started college, I really believed in something called swimming theory. The idea is that a lot of people like to swim, but most people aren't super comfortable jumping into the water. A lot of the things that you like are beyond a wall of fear that you have. For me, that fear was always maybe getting bad grades or falling behind in school, and I realized that at some point you just have to jump into the deep end and learn how to swim. And this is kind of how I approached college at the beginning. And of course, that came at like a very expected toll to my mental health. The philosophy I've grown to develop is butterfly theory. I guess it's kind of based off of this photo of Robin Williams. I love this photo. College isn't the straight and narrow path that you'd want it to be. If it was, I would have stayed at Boston College and been a political science major. I would have never discovered this passion I had for math. I guess the only way you could really find that is by chasing a butterfly through a field. You have these things that catch your eye that are really interesting. You have to be willing to put aside the straight and narrow to kind of chase these things. I don't know if that really makes sense. Hopefully future me is looking back on this moment when things get hard this semester and realizing that at the end of the day, these are things I wanted and things that really compelled me to come back to school this semester. So yeah, with that, I guess that's where I'm gonna leave this episode. See you next week.